Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about a fragrance from the house of Cartier. Just before I start the video, I actually had another video planned for today, and because of shipping and logistics never go to how I plan, I am not able to film that video for you. This is a video that I still had planned to film, but it's not the one that I wanted to film for today, which is Saturday's video. But here is the actual fragrance that we have here today. It is part of the Rivières collection, which is the Riviera, their beach resort collection, and it is supposed to be, kind of hinting at the French Riviera, Italian coast, all those beautiful beach resorts that are so famous with the rich and the famous and the wealthy, and only places that we can dream of, essentially. So this is what the bottle looks like. This one's called Luxuriance, which is very nice. The bottle itself is kind of like that greenish type of blue material itself. This is what our box looks like. The actual beauty about these fragrances is that they are refillable, so that is a point towards Cartier for sustainability, because with brands being so wasteful now, we're able to really just, embrace bottles that we get and use them for years upon years just by refilling the fragrance bottles themselves. This fragrance range was launched in 2021, and the perfumer for this is Mathilde Laurent, which seems to be the in-house perfumer for Cartier. So we kind of get a hint of other fragrances in this one itself. I have ordered the other one so we can, kind of compare and contrast to see which one is best for you. So just so you're aware, this bottle is 100 mils or 3.4 fluid ounces. The refills for this bottle are 200 mils for 138, and this bottle itself is 117 US dollars. It is an eau de toilette concentration, but it does seem to have some wear. It's kind of like a eau de toilette meets an eau de cologne. So kind of like when Aqua di Parma makes an eau de toilette, this is the kind of vibe that we get here. So it's very fresh, very clean, very aquatic, very cologne-like, but it is in the toilette concentration. So in theory, it's supposed to last a little bit longer. Typically I don't really buy into the eau de toilette, eau de parfum, parfum essence, all those things, because typically they're mainly a marketing gimmick in today's perfume world. But traditionally what we're supposed to get out of this one is supposed to be anywhere from 4 to 5 hours. I really don't see that. You usually get 3 or less hours within this fragrance itself. The range and the longevity with this one is not going to be the best, so just you are aware of that. But because of the fragrance that it is, I don't think that that is a main focal point around this one. I think it's more of a fun, clean, fresh scent that's supposed to be used for the summertime. So if you live anywhere like I live, it has been rainy and cold and weird all summer long, and we're finally getting some hot days, which are perfect days to wear this one at the pool. The fragrance notes for this fragrance are going to be wild herbs, fern, and mastic. We also get rosemary, geranium, and oak. So there's a little bit more notes in this fragrance that they're not listed. And the reason I say that's because it has a lot of vibes that you do get in the top that are very similar to, for example, Pacific Joe by Louis Vuitton. Obviously, that's a more expensive fragrance overall, and it is an eau de parfum concentration. But this one itself kind of has, that very fruity type top that one has. It doesn't have any fruits listed on this one itself. It does have that tropical beachside and wild tropical fruit vibe to it, and this is what we're getting in this one as well. So you can smell the rosemary in this one. I will say that if you are not a fan of rosemary, it does come out in this one. It's a very fresh green rosemary. It's not the rosemary that you smell whenever you're cooking, but it is the herbal rosemary in this fragrance overall. The geranium is another key player in this actual fragrance itself. They do smell like flowers because obviously they are flowers. The thing about the geranium in this one is that geranium as a note itself kind of comes off a little bit more greenish, and this is what we're getting in this fragrance as well. There are some aquatic touches in this one as well. The mastic in this fragrance is very prevalent as well, so you are going to get that, and I think that that's kind of what's giving us that fruity element to this fragrance. Wild herbs could be absolutely anything. Obviously it does have some green tones to the fragrance itself, and I do like that about it. And like I said, it really does remind me of Pacific Joe quite a bit. It's not going to be one-to-one, so if you are thinking about buying a dupe, then this is not going to be your dupe by any means. So if you like the vibe of Pacific Joe by Louis Vuitton, but you want something that's not going to be as expensive, a little bit more accessible, and I would certainly say that this one is a one to go for, because it does have those fruity elements up top. It has those green elements down in the bottom, and it has a little bit of that woodiness to it as well that really balances out the fragrance. It's not anything, like I said, a dupe or a knockoff or anything like that. Cartier is its own behemoth making fragrances, which, the thing about Cartier that really, really makes me sad is they make some incredible fragrances that no one ever talks about. No one even cares about Cartier as a fragrance house, which is unfortunate because they do make some really beautiful fragrances. Some of them are very expensive, like their entire private range. And that's the reason I haven't gotten to, try any of those and unbox those for you, because although they are beautiful, they are very nice. They're 75 mils for almost 400 US bucks, which, yeah, with this economy the way it is, no thank you. But yes, this fragrance I do like. I do recommend. It is beachy, it is clean, but it has a green element. So the nice thing about that is that you will be able to wear it to multiple different settings. It's a fresh, playful type of fragrance. So if you want something that's fresh yet playful, not taking yourself too seriously, then I would certainly say to get this one, because it is going to be one that gives you happy vibes. Now, this range itself was launched to be a unisex range. Some of these are leaning more towards male, some of them are going to be more female orientated. Now, the thing about this one is that it's supposed to be a little bit more masculine than the other ones in this range itself, because there's 3 of them all together. And this one, I don't know. I don't know if a guy would really want to smell like fruits. It's kind of, this range is kind of like Eau de Cartier. If anyone has tried Cartier, they do have a range, and I believe they actually discontinued it, which is called Eau de Cartier. They make some really good fragrances. They make the blue one, which is the Vetiver, chef's kiss. The pink one, which is the rose one, amazing. They have since then discontinued them, I heard, and you can't actually find them on their website, but if you're able to find the Eau de Cartier line, try it, because you're not going to be disappointed. They come in humongous bottles. You can wear it all year round and really be happy with your purchase. But this one itself kind of gives me hints of that, but it kind of also gives me hints of, kind of gives me vibes of the Chanel Les Eaux collection, which is supposed to be a fresher, cleaner version of their actual fragrances, because Cartier typically does have some pretty deep, sexy type of fragrances. And this one itself is going to be that fresh, happy, vibrant fragrance. And yeah, I mean, I do recommend it. Like I said, these are refillable, so that's the nice thing about them, is that you can actually twist this guy up here, and there you go, voila. You can actually decant it yourself as well to refill your, purse spray, pocket spray, whatever you want to call it, your atomizer, which is really nice because you will get to keep this bottle for a long time. The bottle itself is nice. It does have this nice little detail through the spine of the back itself, which is also on the box here. And like I said, this is a 100 ml bottle. This is what the packaging looks like. The 100 ml bottle itself is going to be $117, but if you really like this fragrance and you are like, oh, this is amazing and I have to get it, then you can certainly get the 200 ml bottle, which is going to be a lot cheaper, because it's going to be $138 for essentially 2 of these guys, which that's incredible. You can fill up pocket sprays, you can buy it and share it with your friends, whatever you want to do. That's a really good deal to get, because obviously you are getting twice the juice that you are in this one itself. The packaging is, it's not the best that Cartier has ever done. I will say that, because Cartier typically does do an incredible job when it comes to packaging. It's a little bit, dull and a little bit laid back, but it is Cartier nonetheless. You do get, like I said, some nice, beautiful details up top here with that mirrored finish. I really don't like this lid. I think it's very cheap for Cartier. Cartier usually, really throws everything in the kitchen sink to the actual packaging itself, and they didn't with this one. You do get this nice indentations here, and then you don't on the other side. So very nice little details. Obviously Cartier is going to be very much a detailed oriented company, because they are a jewelry manufacturer. So because of that, you're going to take a little bit more consideration into the small details. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below. Make sure to comment what you think of this range. Have you tried it? Have you not tried it? If you have, tell me which one of the 3 is your favorite, and comment down below what other fragrances from the House of Cartier or any other fragrance that you would like to see on the channel. I really enjoy seeing everyone's comments. It's probably one of my favorite things to do since creating the YouTube channel, to read your guys' comments and interact with people that love fragrances just as much as I do. So make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more fragrance related content, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.